Now, this is what we're doing. This is a breakthrough. This is a revolution. This is the next best thing. This is like the beginning of Microsoft. This is like the beginning of Apple. This is like Steve Jobs in his garage putting together the first Mac. You got it? This is where we're at. But it's not just a business thing. It's not just a longevity thing. It is a cultural medical thing. It is a cultural medical thing. Because for 100 years, we have been brainwashed into believing that the only valid system of medicine is MD, the MD way, that everybody else has substandard, dangerous, back-of-the-bus training, and they're basically quacks. The only real doctor is an MD. Everybody else shouldn't really be called a doctor. You can see MDs steam coming out of their ears when a chiropractor or a naturopath or even a PhD, for goodness sakes, refers to themselves as a doctor. This is how deep the delusion goes. 100 years of pharmaceutical profiteering propaganda has convinced us that the only doctor is an MD and that everybody else is a back-of-the-bus quack. Well, guess what? It just ain't so. And this myth is starting to crumble. It is starting to crumble at the feet of conventional medicine. It is crumbling away. Why? Because MD-directed medicine, the piece of the pie of medicine that MDs are trained in, MD-directed allopathic reductionistic medicine doesn't work. It doesn't work in the treatment of chronic disease. It does not work in the treatment of chronic disease. So when a type of medicine it dominates and monopolizes the medical marketplace, and it doesn't work, what would you expect to see as a result? Increasing amounts of illness, right? Well, that's exactly what you get. While the MDs, of course, have been driving the bus of medicine, Alzheimer's has skyrocketed. Autism has skyrocketed. Arthritis, I mean, it's getting worse. High blood pressure, it's getting worse. Kidney disease, getting worse. Birth defects, getting worse. Our life expectancy flatlined. Why? Because of some new gene? Because of a genetic upsurgence? Because of crap in the air, crap in the water, crap in the food? No. Because MDs don't know how to fix chronic disease. They are not equipped for it. Their philosophy of healing does not entertain the correct notions. It is warped and it is skewed and it has a built-in bias that they do not see. MD-directed medicine is perfect for surgery when surgery is indicated and trauma care. That's their wheelhouse. But when the MD attempts to interface with the human body in the management of a chronic disease, the therapeutics that they bring to bear are informed by a philosophy which is out of date, old-fashioned, and just, it's not true. It's incorrect. It is an incorrect set of assumptions. MDs look at the human body through a filter, and they don't even know the filter is there. It is bad, and it is getting worse. The medical system is crumbling. The prices keep going up and up. Well, why? Because, they got to come up with this new designer therapy, and that's not going to work. We have the new designer therapy for your arthritis. It's, genetic encoding. Even though the guy that discovered the structure of the double helix, Watson or Crick? Well, both of them discovered it. I think it was Watson, James Watson, recently came out, was quoted as saying, doing all of this research with genes and genetic sequencing is a freaking waste of money because it does not produce results because the root cause of disease is not genetic. It's chemical. It's nutritional. If you have arthritis, it's a nutritional deficiency disease. You have high blood pressure, it's a nutritional deficiency disease. You have fibromyalgia, it's a nutritional deficiency disease. Your kid is born autistic. One of the root causes of autism is not enough nutrition in the blood of the pregnant mother. It's that simple. But your medical doctor has no training, no respect, no appreciation, and no experience with medical nutrition. And so to them, nutrition, is like it's an afterthought. It's the stuff that is left in the gutter after the rainstorm. It's of non-consequence. Well, you got to eat. Just eat from the 4 food groups. That's what the MD will tell you. That's as good as it gets. That's the long and the short of it. And listening to their advice, we have gone down the tubes. Down the tubes. So listen, everybody is sick and suffering. And by everybody, I mean everybody. Everybody needs our help. Now, my colleague, Dr. Wallach, from 1960 to 1972. Oh, no, was it right around there, in the 70s sometime. I forget the exact dates. Was in 1970 to 1982. That's what I'm looking for. Was in charge of $25 million federally funded research. $25 million of federally funded research. It took 12 years. 26,000 autopsies. It's in the Smithsonian Institution. And this research uncovered the root causes of most chronic diseases being nutritional. If you're sick and suffering with a chronic disease, you don't have a bad gene, you have a bad doctor. It's a nutritional deficiency that's driving your illness. Now, it's compounded, of course, by eating foods that are pro-inflammatory, foods that have no nutritional value, vaccinations, or electromagnetic radiation, chemtrails. All of this stuff, of course, is adding insult to injury, but the primary injury is nutritional. And unless you fix the primary injury, you're spitting into the freaking wind. Now, Dr. Wallach, in his brilliance and wisdom, on purpose decided to set Youngevity up, his company, as a networked business. Why on earth would he do that? For one reason: to empower you to become a doctor. Not, a PhD doctor, not an ND doctor, not like a doctor with a degree, and now you owe the medical school $300,000, thank you very much. But to become your own doctor from home. Because most chronic diseases you can get on the other side of by supporting and promoting the structure and function of the human body with boilerplate medical nutrition strategies. Boilerplate stuff, folks. The MDs have let us all down, and they've let us all down hard. The MDs have no conceptual idea of the root cause of disease, so we must fire them, we must get rid of them, unless, of course, we need their services to help us with a traumatic injury. That's what they're good for. But look, 100 people in your church who are suffering with high blood pressure or arthritis or insomnia or anxiety and panic attacks or something, or they're overweight, which, again, is a nutrient deficiency disease. So you can help them, and you better help them, because the MDs are not going to be able to help them. That ain't going to change. That tiger ain't going to change his stripes. The MDs are going to continue to do what the MDs do, throw drugs and surgery at the condition that completely can't fix the condition. They can manage the condition at best, and they're going to bankrupt people into the process. Oh, by the way, they already do that. MD-directed medicine, the leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States. Oh, yeah, by the way, also the leading cause of death. Now, if you're okay with that, I don't want to be your friend. You've got your head in the sand. There's only two possibilities here. There's only three possibilities here. Either I'm lying, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, or I'm correct. You choose. I'm correct. Ladies and gentlemen, there exists right now, in real time, right now, therapeutics, science-based, clinically verified, developed by licensed physicians in the United States, therapeutics designed to support and promote the structure and function of your body and to assist you in the face of a diagnosis of most chronic diseases, and we need your help. Because there's only a handful of licensed physicians who know this. There's 300 million plus suffering Americans. There's about 100 million suffering Canadians, and it's getting worse. Every year it's getting worse. We need you to join our coalition of the informed to become a member of Youngevity. Let us teach you Dr. Wallach's easy, squeezy, lemon cheesy health recovery protocols, because it's easy. You don't have to even know how to spell vitamin, for goodness sake. Holy smokes, you can pass the driver's license test. You can become a Youngevity representative and know everything that you need to know about how to help your friends and family members sleep through the night, stop limping around, play 18 holes of golf when they're 65, 70 years old, increase the health of their heart, increase the health of their body, come to a normal body weight and maintain it with ease, by the way. We're up against it. We're up against it hard. We need your help. This is how we're going to change the world, and this is what I meant. Wouldn't you have loved to be, Steve Jobs' next-door neighbor and had a clue about what he was up to so you could invest and get in on the ground floor? I mean, wouldn't you like to have been next to Bill Gates, like Bill Gates' high school buddy, I mean, wouldn't you have loved to be that? Think of where you'd be now. Well, now is the time to join longevity because this trend is starting to gain legs. Don't be late.